Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is your friendly neighborhood Vilesyder here, and today we're going to be doing a vlog because I didn't get a lot of time at land to talk about anything or do anything or record a bunch of videos. It was a really full-on event for me and for the team. We sort of drove down, rocked up Friday late in the afternoon, pretty well ate and then slept, and then got up and played all day, and it was a really, really long Saturday, and then came home, and then I think I spent about an hour and a half looking for pizza because Hopi didn't want to eat from Pizza Hut. So yeah, it was a pretty full event. We just gamed and slept and ate and yeah. And we'll be touching on probably a bit of COD Ghosts, how the event was for us, what I thought of the event itself. Talking about the possibility of an open finals and probably those sexy Gamecom commander headsets we use on the main stages. Anyway, the event itself, I thought it was really cool. It was back to the same venue that we had for the original Black Ops, which was my very first LAN, and it's definitely the home of upsets and weird things happening and stuff like that. That was the event we absolutely dominated the big scary original Frenetic Array team. We smashed them down and broke them up. And that almost happened this event with Capital Punishment, I believe, Rixie's team. They played pretty exceptionally at the event. It was a different playstyle, something we're not really used to, and it was a bit strange. I nearly copped a lot of abuse for it, which is, I don't know. I just felt like the foul all over again, to be honest, with those Scorpions. But I'm not going to judge those guys. They played fantastically. They beat us. I've got really no bad blood at all. Anyway, continue on. The event, the play itself was fantastic. Vanza, he's got it ironed out. Like, the events now are so smooth, they're beautiful. Wish we could have gone a bit quicker during the day, but I don't think that was anyone's fault. It would have been nice if we had Neon there. If you're watching this, you're a little bit missed, even though Hoggy definitely picked up the slack that you left, and I did a fantastic job during the day. I think it's just because we had 22 teams there. That's the biggest event we've ever had. And we're going to pick on all those fools that had a whinge and said that because we're having an event out of school holidays, which is just like on any regular weekend, that it wasn't going to do well. You're all wrong, you're all idiots. That was the biggest we've ever had. I think it's 22 teams, don't quote me, something like that. And it was in Melbourne, and it was out in the sticks a little bit, out at La Trobe University, so any comments about OzCod's failings or whatever, shortcomings, this is probably like the furthest away it's been from anything in like ugly little Melbourne, and we got the most people ever sort of show up, which was fantastic. We were like a good solid chunk of that venue. Was devoted to COD tables. Anyway, other thing I'll mention is the Pro Zone was a little bit missed. I know we didn't register for top 4, which would have made us eligible for Pro Zone because we didn't play the online rounds with a full team, so we missed out on the points and the seedings. But I hope the Pro Zone comes back. I think it was really cool, and I felt like it just kicked the event up, just like another little nice notch for the people that put in the hard yards and play the events. Onto our placing of the LAN. We placed 4th. I'll never be happy with a placing outside of T4. I felt like I played pretty well this weekend. I had a good event. I really want to pick up my shortcomings for the last event, Brisbane. I wasn't happy with how I played. I was definitely not there properly in here for the event. So I put a lot of work and I stayed focused. That's partially why I didn't get much done content-wise or anything at all. It was just because I wanted my game to be spot on. And yeah. So on to our T4 placing. Not going to be happy with that at all. We played through pools. We didn't drop a map. We're playing really well. We wanted to do pool play for Enigma. I'll probably call him Grant several times in this video. So Enigma is Grant. Grant is Enigma. Yeah, we played through pool play, didn't drop a map, didn't really have a harsh time through there. We wanted to do that just so, because it was Enigma's first LAN, we've got basically sort of like 2 COD virgins with Hopi and Grant, who just really haven't played a lot of the game compared to everyone else. We wanted to play that pool play, we wanted to get that done, we wanted them to have experience, but in the end it was really, like, it was good to have that, but it was really just draining. We were basically playing both days. Like, we were there right on time, which is a first for us. Thanks to not having Goose Juice, we were there on time and we played just all day, both days, and that really took it out of us when it come down to playing teams like can't capital punishment and insurgency. Anyway, things that didn't really help us was the seed. We got seeded first coming out of pools, which should have meant that we got put on the lower bracket with the second seed. So basically, like, it's not something like I can use as an excuse or anything like that. I didn't really mean to at all by bringing this up, but basically that means is we should be seeded with the opposite side of the bracket. So basically, you don't meet immunity until like a winner bracket final or something, which is what Envy and I don't remember who played through that. I think it was Envy. They got the higher. Yeah, they beat Uprising. I think. Don't quote me. Didn't really pay much attention other than what I was doing at the event. So yeah, it meant we would have had a better run rather than meeting immunity early, which it sort of dampened spirits a little bit for Hopi and Grant, I think. But it wasn't that big of a deal. I still felt like we should have been able to trash our way through. I was definitely not really happy with losing to MF, but I knew we were going to have a rough time because of the way they play. There's no one old school that plays like that anymore, that plays smart, and that just plays anything like them. And I knew having two guys that haven't played that much COD was really gonna hurt playing against them, and it did. We did fine to the start, I think. Just hoping Grant just didn't have the greatest of games against them. Like they definitely picked up like a lot of really big kills, but it just not having that experience against that sort of like not I can't think of the best word for it, but probably caliber of player is probably the most appropriate. And just their general style of how they play. And the fact that we didn't have Matt for probably about a month preceding the event, which was it's such a killer for us because we're really a teamwork based game, and we play well when we play a lot. And I think that's because I know I play well when I play a lot more, and I play better as a team when we play a lot together. And we definitely weren't the same team we were before Matt was away. So what happened was Van went away on a cruise, and then when he got back, he's meant to move into his new home, and he moved, and Telstra just basically gave him like phenomenal amounts of D, and he still doesn't have internet yet. So that really hurt us coming into that event. We definitely weren't the team we were probably before Matt went away. I felt like it probably wasn't even really half of what we had. Just playing with fill-ins when we're just such a teamwork-focused team is it didn't work. It didn't work well. Like we played fine at the event. I was pretty happy with it. I know we can do better, and I know there's a lot that can really change just by playing together. That will happen for the finals. But yeah. Well, move on from that topic. Onto the GameCom commanders. Those just like phenomenal headsets. I've never been more in my own little world. They're like, if anyone didn't use them, what they are is like, MLG where they have those big headphones that just block out sound. They're designed to block out sound, and they wear earbuds underneath, and then their headsets sit around their neck for the mic. It's basically like all of that in one. We couldn't hear anything. We couldn't hear the chins screaming at us off to one side and the other team. We couldn't hear the crowd. We couldn't hear the massive speaker that was like a couple of feet away that was blaring out the caster's voice. I'm very impressed, and I'm definitely gonna have a dig at our managers to get us a couple of pairs of those for main stage and just for the lanes in general, because not being able to hear everyone else's garbage is just it doesn't really bother me. I can usually deal with that pretty well, but if having my teammates just not to have to worry about any outside noise, any of that trash talk, is just incredible. Anyway, enough sucking up to those. I really want a pair. We'll move on to the topic of the open event for the finals. So basically, how it works is what's going to be happening is for the finals event, Vans are announced, or ACL announced that the finals will be invite only, and it'll be T8. So the top 8 teams get invited. I'm not sure how that's going to be organised. I'm not really fussed about how that's going to be done. We won't talk about it now, but basically people want it to be an open event because we had a lot of teams here, and we feel like a lot of people are commenting that they don't think that a closed invite-only event is the way to go, considering the size of our last event. I wholly trust any decision that ACL will make here. They've done good by us in the past, and I think they'll continue to do so. And I think quality over quantity is definitely a very good thing. But if we can get an event with 30 teams, I think that'd be fantastic. Like, but the main problem is why it's not invite only is because of the venue size. Um, for it to be open, I believe they'll need to get a larger venue because 4 players per team, and there was a lot of us at that LAN, and you know how much space we took up, and you know how little space there was for us in that massive hall. Like, you still had people want to watch the matches, and you're still bumping into people's chairs playing, and I know that's really annoying, but so the Dens would need to get a bigger venue. So basically, the way around that is we'd probably have to do something along the lines of sort of like prepaying for the event. So you wouldn't pay entry at the door, you'd pay online, just so he knows that we've got the numbers that people are gonna show up. So if we can shoot for that amount of teams, we can shoot for like 30, 35 teams. I think that'd be a really great way to send off Black Ops and get started on Ghosts for next year. So basically, guys, if you want that event to happen, if you want that to be an open event, you've really, really got to get into ACL and get into Vilesyder to just like make it open, and everyone's just got to show their drive and their want to actually play at the event and actually make it happen. Because I know people say a lot in forums, and it doesn't really shine through. The best example of that is everyone whinging and saying we would get like 5 teams for this LAN. We ended up with 22 anyway. So show it to them that you want to play, and show it to them that you're actually gonna show up to the Sydney event. Okay, off that topic, onto Ghosts. The reveal's tonight at 3:30, so Thursday if you're watching this in the future sometime. It's tonight, Thursday night, 3:30 AM, which is the full reveal. Pretty nervous about what's going to happen because there's been no inclusion that I know of sort of pro players like they had with Black Ops 2, where they basically just had all of the boys on board, just getting things done. So I don't know how much I trust Infinity Ward. I know they make a really fun game. They make a pleasant game to play. But I'm definitely not sick of Black Ops 2 yet. I'm still enjoying the game. I'm not really featuring or feeling that a sort of sadness and dumbness with the game. Although the hit rego is a little bit balked at times. But yeah, the reveals tonight. A lot of pros have been invited. I don't know that's just because of their social media backing or what the go is. I'm hoping it's because there's going to be like some big esports show match and we're going to see all these cool things. But yeah, we'll see. Thanks, guys. I know I recorded a copy of this before and it heavily synced my camera out of my voice. So if you guys have any better software, I would love to know. I don't have any camera software for this on my PC here. I'm using like some horrific thing I downloaded off the internet. If you've got any suggestions, please throw them at me. I'm going to wrap it up now. We're sitting on 13 minutes and you're probably sick of my voice. Anyways, thanks, guys. Really appreciate anyone that came up and said hi to me. I saw a lot of new faces at the events. Heaps of people shook hands with me. I am disgusting, like absolutely terrible with names. I would be very happy if everyone wore jerseys or name tags just so I could remember you all. Please message me, tweet at me, and we'll get some scrims happening if you do. Yeah, so thanks, guys. I'm gonna finish this now, and we'll say goodbye. Vilesyder out.